Hi everyone, welcome back. It's 111 degrees in my shop, and I'm doing something that most people wouldn't do. So if you're new to the channel, thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing so that I can maybe someday build this thing up into something that's self-sufficient and I can actually deliver more interesting content than absolutely nothing or working on a crappy Focus. Today, I've got a problem. And that problem is related to one of my project cars that you've seen on this channel if you are a longtime subscriber, watcher, or have seen it before on my channel. It is my Crown Vic. Now, why don't we actually take you outside where it's not 110 to 15 degrees and actually show you what's wrong. So we're here in my Crown Vic, and this is my problem. This was also a problem when I first got the car, but it seemed to have mended itself, but not today. Nothing. That's the wiper stalk. I can hear clunking, but nothing's working. So I have no idea how to get into this thing, but a new wiper motor, if that's the problem, is like 150 bucks. And I don't have that right now. So I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid that people probably don't want or wouldn't try to do. So why don't we just at least take a look? Ugh. Oh, Jesus. What the heck is that? So this thing's gonna need to go somewhere where there's a vacuum cleaner or a blower, both. I think we're gonna have to bring this over to the shop. Well, this is as close as I'm gonna get it because the trailer's in the way and garage is kind of taken up. So I'm gonna go pull that apart, maybe get the air blower out and see what I can do to get all that crap out of there and assess the situation. That's disgusting for no good reason. Don't back. You probably can't hear a word I'm saying anyway. With a fair bit of Googling, I figured out how to get the tray out and the wipers off, which apparently is a lot easier than I thought. You just like slide this thing out of the way and pry them up and they just come right off. And they got this little keyway here that looks like it goes right back on the same place, which is kind of smart. A lot of cars don't do that, but I gotta ask you Ford guys, I've only owned on the street 2 Ford cars, which I still currently own, I think. Why do the wiper mechanisms all suck in these? My Focus, which is about the same era as this thing, the wiper mechanism broke, fell apart, had no wipers. This thing, the wiper mechanism sucks, and the motor probably died. What's the deal? Like, what's the draw to these cars? I don't know. They're overcomplicated and their wipers suck. Moving on. So now I got to get in here somewhere, and I think I got to unbolt this wiper arm assembly and yank it out so I can get to the motor somewhere in there, I think. And then once I get the motor out, I'll assess what I can do with it. All right, I got the wiper tray out. It's completely caked in garbage because this car was more of a mouse house than a car before I bought it. So that's good. And I just knocked the, ouch, that's a sharp one. I knocked all the crap out of these trays by dropping it on the ground upside down, and This came out of it. Micro Mist Breath Spray. What the hell are you guys doing? Oh, there's still some in there. You know what? I'm not hitting that with the lawnmower. Anyway, I got the motor out. I'm going to pull that off and take a look at it in the shop where it's not sunny and feels like a nuclear blast on the back of your neck. Apologies for the fan noise, but it is 1,000,000 degrees. Even if people in the south and, west, southwest are going to be laughing at me for 90-degree weather, but whatever. I face sub-zero temperatures and you don't. So, I'm going to do something that you probably shouldn't do. I'm going to open up the motor and see the condition it's in. Now, I can tell you this might not end well, but I'm going to try it anyway. What I do with like lawnmower engines and stuff with this is that I usually take them apart, take emery paper and wipe the armatures and wipe all the coils and wipe everything down and brighten them back up, stuff it all together and see if it works. In this case, I doubt that's going to work, but it's worth a try because this is original and it's probably got a bunch of moisture in it and probably corroded up, and that's probably why the connections aren't working. So I'm going to give this a try, and in real time you're going to see what I see. Either I pass or I'm going to O'Reilly's for new parts. So let's dig into this. So you got this little bracket here I think has to come off, which I doubt it will, but figure out what size it is. Since it's American, it's probably metric, because why wouldn't it be? And it is. Because I got to get to the secondary screw holding the cover on. Yeah, that'll probably rotate enough for me to get in, because I can't take it off anyway. Alright, next, take these star bits out, or T-bits, or whatever the hell you want to call them. I'll probably strip it, but no, got it. That's the first one. I'm waiting for it to come apart and go flying off in some weird direction. See a bunch of springs and stuff come out. Oh, they gooped it pretty good. Alright, hang on. I'll get this apart and then I'll come back. Okay, I got the motor blown apart here. It was really sealed on, and I don't see any real signs of corrosion, so that's good. Nothing is bad down here in the magnet and the bearing, which is where this would go in and kind of hover around. I did pull out the, I don't know what the hell you call the part in here, but it's where these little spring magnets touch it. Again, I'm not very good with the technical stuff, but that looked good. Our main problem is here in the wheel that actuates the arm. That thing is like, I don't know, man. That thing is locked up solid. I really don't know if we're going to be able to fix that. It's really kind of tough. I'm looking at it. There might be cracks in it. This motor might be shot. I might have to end up getting a new one anyway. So that really kind of sucks. Here's my development. I've kind of figured out that this thing only spins one way, which is good because I didn't break it yet. But I also figured out that this shaft is really kind of corroded. So using a combination of PB Blaster and whatever penetrating lubricant, I've gotten the thing to at least now rotate pretty freely. Or at least as freely as I've been able to get it, because this is as much as it goes. It might have some residual drag from the electric motor on it. I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna take it and plug it into the car and see if that arm moves, and spray it down with probably WD-40, because that's pretty decent on electrical stuff, and probably hose the rest of this off. Make sure the gears are greased back here and see what happens. I mean, it didn't do this before. It wouldn't even move before, but now it seems to be moving and dropping a bunch of rusty PB Blaster out of it. So I'll probably keep at this until it decides to flush the rust out and try again. Well, that's a start, I suppose. It wasn't doing that before. So that's good, I guess. Let's try putting it all back together, and now it probably won't work if I do that. So let's try that. So for the final test, let's do my morning routine. Sorry, that's kind of out of place. Start the car. I'd like some air conditioning. All right, starts up. Now I park it under trees all the time, so let's hit the windshield washers. Oh, we're in business, bro. That thing is perfect. Yeah, it's, I think it was well worth the heat, because that worked, and I am so excited. You know what? That's not a permanent fix, okay? It's not. Something gets corroded like that, that is absolutely not gonna work for a long term, but you know what? The only reason that that thing got corroded in the first place was the giant mouse house that I did not catch before. So I always wondered why it still smelled like mice, and that's right in the vent. So maybe we did some good other than just the wipers today. So there you have it. A day in my life of trying to fix things for extraordinarily cheap, and I hope it helped you out a little bit, because that cost me, quite honestly, besides my time, pennies. Maybe not even pennies. I mean, I used a can of PB Blaster I found in a garage that I put a roof on for free. Some penetrating lubricant that I was given for free. And a can of WD-40. But I didn't use all of those. I just used a little bit here and there. And a lot of sweat and a lot of turning into shake and bake, because I blew about 10 pounds of mouse crap and house and whatever the hell else was in there, and I don't want to know, excrement, into my face and turn myself into shake and bake. That was warm, but better than nothing. So there you go. A home repair that got us back on the road before the rain hit, and it worked immediately. Absolutely immediately. So there you go. Another video in the box. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Now I don't have to worry about the rain for a little while until it dies again, and then maybe I'll put a new wiper motor in it. But until that day comes, again, thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you can. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time.